Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Fireside Chant here with McCurdy Real Estate and Auction. Today, we're doing something special. We are very passionate at McCurdy about home ownership. And today, we are sitting here at a local nonprofit that we are also passionate about and work with. We're at Family Promise. And I'd like to introduce, this is Dawn Epp. She's the executive director here for Family Promise. And we're just going to visit a little bit about their organization and what they do here for our Wichita community. So Dawn, thank you for being with us and thank you for allowing us to come into your office today. Why don't we start with just tell us a little bit about Family Promise and what your mission is and what you guys do here.
Here at Family Promise, we are serving families that are experiencing homelessness or facing housing insecurity. So all of the families we serve have to have children 18 or under. And when we serve them, we're really looking at long-term sustainable solutions. We're empowering them to do it for themselves. And we're really looking at the whole person.
So I know there's probably lots of moments that make you feel very special, but do you have any specific moment that's maybe changed your opinion or helped kind of mold the way you feel about the homeless problem and the community in general?
Yes. When I first started working with families that were experiencing homelessness, I had this outlook that all you need is a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just get a job and that would solve all the problems. But when you really sit down and work with a family and kind of map out how to get out of poverty, how to get into housing, especially with children, you have to have childcare and transportation,
mm-hmm.
and there's just a lot of factors that play into it. And I remember working with this mom, and she'd gotten a job. And in my, simple mind on this issue at the beginning, I just thought, okay, good, the problem is solved. And what happened was she was working late and she had to take her son to childcare, and then she had to pay for a taxi to get back to shelter, and realizing that job didn't solve it. There were a lot of other factors that went into this. It's not easy to get out of poverty.
Absolutely. So that kind of leads into my next question is I think there's a lot of, and I've had a chance to learn a little bit more over the years, but there's a lot of misconceptions about the homelessness and how it works. And just like that of, it's just simple, get a job. What other misconceptions come to mind for you about the homeless community?
Well, the big one I feel in Wichita especially is that you don't see families on the streets, and that's because they have to remain hidden because they don't want to lose their kids. Mm-hmm. So it is really the hidden sector of homelessness. And also when HUD does their point in time count, they'll say that there's 600 people homeless in Wichita, but their definition of homelessness doesn't really count our families. So a lot of our families are doubled up or in a motel just because of that reason that they have to remain hidden so they don't lose their kids. So, we're looking at probably 2,500 kids counted by the Department of Education that don't have a nighttime residence. So it is just that hidden sector.
So what are some of the things that you guys do that are kind of for the long term? So not just okay, we see the problem right now immediately, how can we get you, a place to stay overnight? But some of those long-term things that you guys help with.
So every family that we're working with, we're looking at, let's come up with a transportation plan, because you can't keep your employment unless you have a plan. You have to have a child care plan, because again, you're not going to keep your employment, which then cycles into a loss of your home. So we're really trying to set up all of those main areas and kind of work with them and get that all settled before they move into housing. And then, once they do move into housing, we're still there because we also know that just because you've gotten that step done, it's still a hard road. So we have a stabilization program that as long as they want to keep working with us, we'll work with them. And so when the next time they face an issue, they call us, and then we kind of help them walk through that so that it doesn't cycle back into homelessness.
Sure. So that's one thing and I know a little bit about you guys, of when your families graduate or they kind of complete the process, what is that trigger for them to graduate? What does it take?
So they have to have sustainable income, a transportation plan, childcare plan, affordable housing. And once they get all of those pieces met, we take a moment to celebrate, and they graduate, and we have a cake that is in their likeness with icing. And the family can stand up there in front of staff and volunteers that have supported them along the way and just be proud for a moment before they move on and keep doing the hard work. But it's just a moment to celebrate a milestone.
Sure. Well, and even working with you guys in your fundraising gala and things like that, I remember your video at this last one of this gal who had bought her first home, and to highlight that, how special and how, of course to be proud, but just what a good thing to have in our life I mean, it's huge to us. We sell real estate. And so knowing that somebody was able to buy their first home because of what you guys did for them, what are ways that, I know that so we not only help with the gala, but we are doing some volunteering. We're doing some stocking stuffing, and we're going to wrap some gifts with you guys, and our staff's all getting involved in that as well. But what are other ways, especially maybe around the holidays, that people or our viewers could come and help your organization?
Well, Wichita is a very generous community, and we get a lot of our donations this month. So we are always accepting, of course, funding, gift cards. Like, we rely on gift cards throughout the year to help a mom buy a pair of scrubs for a new job, or we have a mom right now that needs a green polo for her new job. So we love to have Walmart gift cards on hand. So that is a great way to give. We are really volunteer driven. So if you have a skill or a passion to serve, we have a place for you. So we probably have 1,000 volunteers that participate in different ways. So if you're looking to give back, we can find you a spot.
That's awesome. Because it's not, monetary obviously always helps, but just coming and doing, and I know that that's what our staff is excited about this month, is coming and physically getting to help in a way that it feels like I did something. So, so after the holidays, though, I know that there's a lot of, attention on organizations like this during the holiday season. But, going into next year, is there anything, 2023 has coming that you guys are really, goal driven on or looking forward to, or that they could help with?
Well, we just went through our strategic planning, and we are going to be growing. Again, we've grown exponentially in this last year and don't anticipate that slowing down. So we're going to need more funding and more volunteers. And I would encourage you to follow us on Facebook. We have a very active Facebook page that we are sharing all of the things that are going on a daily basis here. It keeps you connected to the mission, but also lets you know of ways that you can help.
Well, thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and learning a little bit about Family Promise today. I know that we get to be just a small part of helping Family Promise, so hopefully this encourages others. Just like she said, follow them on Facebook, or if you want to learn more, you can go to familypromisewichita.org to learn a little bit more about their organization. I can tell you, again, they're a special organization. We get to work with a lot of nonprofits, and they're one that has really stood out to us. So, Merry Christmas to everybody as we come into the holidays. And, if you feel inclined, see if you can't jump in and help the Family Promise organization as well.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you.